This video is intended to help parents read their child's MAP progress report and to interpret the results. Shortly after AES students have completed testing, MAP student progress reports are emailed to parents. The first page of the score report is a transcript view. The second page, which we'll discuss in the next video, is graphical. Both pages are divided into 4 sections: the top left for mathematics, the top right for reading, the bottom left for language usage, and the bottom right for explanatory notes where terms and phrases used in the report are explained. Let's look at the math section. If your child has taken MAP tests on more than one occasion, you will see more than one line of results. The most recent results are at the top. In this example, the student's spring 2013 RIT score was in the range of 255 to 261, with 258, the center of the range, being the best estimate. The district average RIT is actually the AES average for students in the same grade. The norm group average is the average for United States students in the same grade. So in this case, the student score of 258 is above the AES average of 236, and the AES average of 236 is above the US average of 226. Student percentile range. This student performed better than 97 to 99% of US students in the same grade, with the center of the range, 98%, being the best estimate. Student growth is simply the change in RIT score from a previous test date. In this case, growth is measured from fall to spring. Typical growth is the average growth of US students in the same grade who began the fall with the same RIT score in the same domain. There are several important things to understand here. The amount of typical growth varies with the grade, the starting RIT score, and the domain. In this example, the typical RIT growth of 6 RIT points is for 6th grade students who scored a 242 in the fall in mathematics. To put it another way, the amount of typical growth is always relative to grade level and prior student achievement. In this example, the typical growth of 6 RIT points is for 6th grade students who were already in the US 93rd percentile in the fall. You will likely see different values for typical growth for each of the 3 domains on your child's report. Not all students will achieve typical or average growth. In fact, if AES students mirrored US students exactly, then we would expect half of them to meet or exceed typical growth and half of them to not meet typical growth. Further, a student may exceed typical growth one year and not the next. Physical growth, height, for example, is a useful analogy. Not all students grow at the same rate, and growing slightly less than one's peers over a particular 7-month period is generally not cause for concern. Finally, in each domain, mathematics, reading, and language usage, there are several goals performances listed. These detail the student's performance by subdomains aligned to the Common Core curriculum. In language usage, this student's performances are listed as low average in 2 subdomains and average in the 3rd. Low average means the student's performance was in the US 21st to 40th percentile, and average means the student's performance was in the US 41st to 60th. These classifications are explained in the explanatory notes section in the bottom right. The next video will explain how to read and interpret the second page of the MAP student progress report.